Hey guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and welcome back to another Marvel's Avengers video. Now, I have said in previous videos that I was going to do some tips and tricks about the beta, about the actual beta itself, about just the general gameplay, and also for each hero. And today is the first one, and it is going to be about Black Widow. So if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Marvel content in the future. But now let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so in this video I'm being joined by Malik Gaming, which we are going to be discussing about Black Widow. So how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, thanks, Benji. How you doing?
Good.
How you doing?
I'm good. So let's talk about Black Widow, because I think you are quite quite passionate about this character in Marvel Avengers.
I am indeed. It's probably one of my favorite characters. I've found to be as fluent and smooth compared to all the other Avengers. Not saying that they're bad, but I just find Black Widow to be really introverted and very different to the others.
Yes, I agree. She's very, I feel like she's a very hit and run hero. But have you found any tips or tricks that you found out only playing a couple of hours of the beta last weekend? Even though the game is very new, have you found anything that stands out to you?
Well, first few tips and tricks I say with Black Widow. One thing I do want to say really quickly, because I have seen a lot of people actually ask this question, is how do you switch between her weapons and everything? So with Black Widow's weapons, she gets her dual pistols, she gets a semi-auto pistols, and she also gets a shotgun. And how you switch between these three weapons is that you simply just press right or left on your controller, on the arrow keys, and you'll be able to switch between them. So just a little tip for you guys, how to actually switch between weapons and everything like that for Black Widow.
A tip that I've also found, guys, is that, first of all, she doesn't do a lot of damage. You have to be very skillful with her, because she's very gadget heavy. And like I said, until you do level her up, like Malik says as well, until you level her up, she doesn't do a lot of damage. Now, she does get the shotgun and the semi-automatic pistols eventually, but until then, I find her to be a very hit-and-run hero. You don't want to get her bogged down in combat. You want to make a quick attack. If you got your stuns, if you got your abilities ready, you can go in there, help your team out. But I think she's a very support-based hero until she does level up, of course.
Another tip as well, whenever playing Black Widow, one thing I also want to mention to what I've seen a lot of players not specifically do, is that there is a lot of hate in regards to characters being very button mashy, and I can understand that. But when you're playing as Black Widow, as an example, especially when you unlock her skill points so that you can actually use the points for her skill trees, you realize that you would actually be able to get new combos with Black Widow. And one of these combos is where you hit square, I think it's roughly 3 or 4 times, and then you switch it up into a triangle. So it would go to square, 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 and then you press triangle to do specific combos and everything. However, one good thing about Black Widow I would highly recommend is also mixing up your heavy attacks with your light attacks. So if you're going up against an enemy, one good tip is to grapple with the R2 trigger. You grapple your opponent, and then it puts you in a mid-air situation. Then you can then follow up with a couple maybe normal attacks, maybe by tapping square, or maybe you can then follow up with a heavy attack using triangle. So just a few tips and tricks for you guys, especially when using Black Widow's grapple, because her grapple is probably one of the best things about her kit, seeming that it's very unlimited in regards to you can just spam the grapple ability over and over and over again. So if you're looking for enemies who are in the air and everything, you can actually just use the grapple ability. You can grapple onto them. You can then do a couple combos while in midair. You can also do combos where you can actually send your enemies down to the floor and then follow up with a drop kick afterwards. So I'd say highly recommend working around Black Widow's heavy and light attack combos to fully master her gameplay, I would say.
A tip that I have for you guys is that using her Veil of Darkness, which basically makes her invisible, is a great way to get out of a trouble situation. Say if you do get into a troublesome situation and you don't, have a lot of options, use Veil of Darkness, get out of there if you can. Or also, if you're going up against an enemy that you can't really take down, basically unload with Veil of Darkness. And of course, if you go up against higher HP health heroes, or enemies and even bosses, of course, if you're invisible, it's going to be harder for them to hit you. So that's a great tip, guys.
And another good thing as well when talking about Widow's right ability, this is a shock ability, and what this does is you use this ability, and one little tip as well, you can use this ability while in midair as well. All of Black Widow's abilities, her ultimate, her invisibility cloak, and also her right ability, which is a shock ability, you can also use these abilities while in midair. So if you're grappling an opponent and you're in midair, you can just use these abilities followed up one after the other. So when you use her shock ability, what you can then do is you try to aim it, to whichever enemy you're trying to do, and it's going to stun them for a couple of seconds. And then this actually allows you to then, you know, go in, do some really good damage to your opponents, or stay from a distance and fire off maybe her shotgun. Maybe you want to use her dual blasters, or maybe your teammates can then come in and do damage to the opponents that are stunned as well.
And there you go, guys. We have some tips and tricks of Black Widow for help for you guys that might be stuck trying to use her in the beta. Of course, this is just for the beta, guys. There is only one skill tree for each hero in the beta, guys. There, of course, will be 3 in the main game. So we will be doing more detailed hero guides, as well as Malik will be doing stuff on his channel as well. So definitely go and subscribe to him for sure. I'll put a link in the description below to his channel. I just want to say thank you, Malik, for tuning in and helping me with this video.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for having me.
No worries, and we will definitely be doing more Marvel Avengers content together, guys, and streams, so definitely go check out Malik Gaming. Link is in the description below for his channel, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
But that is the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like more of these guides or tips and tricks for Marvel Avengers, I will be doing more, guys, and let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments section below. This is my first dive into this kind of videos, so let me know how you guys enjoyed it. But thank you guys so very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video or stream, and as always, happy gaming.